Did you know you have the power to transform your health and your life? After years of suffering with undiagnosed autoimmune symptoms, I found myself on an endless loop of expensive supplements, broken promises, and drive-through meals. I was a busy working mom struggling with chronic pain. I could no longer keep up with life until I decided to take my health into my own hands. I discovered the healing power of whole foods and incorporated a healthy lifestyle that is simple, affordable, and maintainable even when life gets busy. With easy, whole food meal prep, meal planning, and wellness strategies, I healed my autoimmune symptoms, regained my energy, and lost 30 pounds along the way. I discovered I had the power to change my life, and I know you have that power too. Whether you're looking to reduce inflammation, lose weight, or optimize your health, this is it. Get ready to discover the vibrant life you deserve with the Prepared for Wellness podcast. I'm Ashley Cavolo, and I can't wait to join you on this journey. Your new free gift is available now. Get your copy of the new recipe ebook, 8 Simple No-Cook Meals in 10 Minutes or Less by Prepared for Wellness. Get ready to leave behind boring salads and sandwiches, forget skipping meals or spending hours at a hot stove. With my 8 exclusive no-cook meal recipes, you will be whipping up healthy meals in no time while increasing your intake of vital nutrients and antioxidants. The recipes will leave you feeling full and energized to take on those hot summer days. I will leave the link in the show notes so you can get your copy right now. Happy Thursday. So I have a very powerful and important topic to share with you today, and that is the power of reversing generational health. So what is generational health? That is the health that our ancestors passed down to us through generations. This can show up as physical, mental, and emotional health. And if we think of it this way, our experiences shape the way we live, the way we think and interact with the world around us. And when an experience shapes us, it is projected in our relationships, how we think, and our way of living and being. We may not even be aware that this type of generational health is shaping how we are showing up in the world. We can also see this in physical health, when disease is passed down from our ancestors. This leaves many people believing they are likely to end up with the same diseases. You may be surprised to hear that this is actually false. I will share my 8 areas of life that are most crucial to the quality of your health, and I will help you see which areas require the most attention. So when we look at one disease or ailment that seems to affect every generation, we all can probably think of one. And this is something that affects generation after generation, and it can look different from one family to the next. Generations of my family have experienced cancer, dementia, diabetes, heart disease, and arthritis. There are lifestyle factors that may have played a role in the progression of these diseases, such as smoking, alcohol use, food choices, activity level, and stress. Lifestyle habits like this can be passed down to generations as well. As children, our minds are taking in everything around us. It is human nature to mimic the habits of people who we see every day. So if your parents and grandparents smoked as a child, you are more likely to grow up to be a smoker. So determining the common diseases and habits that appear in your family history is the first step to reversing generational health. And this starts with the power of choice. I talk about the power of choice often. We have a choice each day to do things that can help us or hurt us. And this is where your power comes in to reverse the direction of your health and to prevent the diseases that your ancestors had to deal with. So we can make conscious choices that will support our overall health, even down to the cellular level. If you think about the diseases in your family, take a step back and consider their lifestyle habits that could have contributed to that. For example, if there is cancer in your family, did your family also smoke? Did they use toxic ingredients, maybe in the home or wherever they worked? Did they eat excess sugar? Did they drink alcohol? The habits that I mentioned just now can increase inflammation, increase blood sugar, suppress immunity, and damage cells. This can lead to not only cancer, but heart disease, dementia, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, and so many more diseases. So understanding the lifestyle factors that can contribute to specific diseases will set you off in the most perfect place to start. So that leads me into the 8 areas of life. These are the areas that I suggest looking at when it comes to reversing your habits. So once you have determined what diseases or unhealthy habits are common in your family, you can decide which lifestyle shifts are appropriate to reverse them. I always recommend replacing a habit with a healthier one rather than simply cutting it out cold turkey. I find this leads to healthier success. So for example, if you choose to limit processed foods to prevent cancer, make a list of your favorite healthy swaps that you know you will enjoy. To start, I recommend looking at these 8 areas of life to determine what areas need the most focus. From there, you can determine how to shift your habits within that area. A helpful mantra to remember that this is the quality of the 8 areas of life will determine the quality of your health. So the 8 areas consist of toxins. Consider cleaning products, drugs, alcohol, tobacco. We have food. Think of processed sugar, empty carbs, and the oils that are inflammatory. We have medications and their side effects, sleep, stress, consider day-to-day stress, stress caused by relationships or an environment. We have movement. I also have environment on its own here, so consider abuse, stress, environmental toxins. And lastly, we have spirituality, and I'll kind of take a little bit of a dive into that one to explain why I include it. So how do unhealthy habits cause disease? I talk about this all the time. Toxins in processed foods can exacerbate disease and symptoms, and this leads to additional diseases in some cases. Medications can have their own list of side effects that mimic disease symptoms or can make existing symptoms worse. So I recommend looking at medication side effects and compare them with the common symptoms in your family history and your own health. I do have a handy spreadsheet that will help you align medication side effects with current symptoms to determine if a medication could be causing more problems than it is solving. So I am happy to share that with you. Just send me a DM or an email and ask for the medication side effect sheet. So stress and environment can go hand in hand. If you have a negative environment and around negative people, this can raise stress levels. Increased stress is directly linked to heart disease and increased inflammation. And then lack of movement affects every process and organ in your body, leading to inflammation and the risk of disease. And then lastly, I leave spirituality as an optional category for you to dive into. This could take people in many different directions, but I think it's really important to talk about. So just for one example, someone may struggle with certain aspects of their religion that they grew up with, and it can be a reason or cause for discord in families. This type of struggle can lead to stress and illness, and it can lead to relationship issues. So I have also heard many stories of people who have discovered their spiritual side during a life change, and in many cases, people believe this discovery is truly what saved their life. So this can look different for everyone and does not necessarily mean it surrounds a specific religion or that we should be discovering a religion. It is really just a transformative area to consider, whether it leads to you finding a new religious belief or to discover religion for the first time, or that you need to make a shift in your life when it comes to religion, whether that's away or towards something specific. It just has the potential to help so many people, so I do like to include it in this list. Implementing change can feel overwhelming if we let it. To begin reversing generational health in your life, choose one disease to focus on. Research lifestyle factors within the 8 areas of life that could contribute to this disease. Determine ways to alter those habits with habits that will benefit your health, and consider how and when you will incorporate these habits into your daily life. As I mentioned before, I highly recommend just making swaps instead of just cutting something out cold turkey. If it is something like smoking, that can take time, but try to find something else to replace smoking with in those moments when you need it most. Over time, this will become second nature, and in return, the benefits of your new habits will improve your health, leaving you with the ability to keep diseases at bay. And when you reverse generational health in your own life, you are also setting a new path for generations to come, and the cycle will continue. You can literally change your family's health history, which is incredibly powerful and inspiring. It is helpful to remind yourself that the quality of the 8 areas of life will determine the quality of your health. So take some time to think about the habits in these areas that you can improve upon, and you will be well on your way to shifting your generational health. Remind yourself you have the choice to make a change every single day. So every decision that you make is a chance to make that shift. Give yourself the time and space that you need to instill healthy habits, and this will affect generations that come after you. And that is pretty amazing.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope this episode helped you in your health journey, and just maybe you learned something new. If you loved this episode, please leave a review. When you do, you are helping this podcast reach others around the world. Visit my website, preparedforwellness.com, to view my coaching offers, free recipes, and so much more. Don't forget to grab your free gift while you're there. Follow me on Instagram at Prepared for Wellness and join my VIP Facebook group, Prepared for Wellness Community. Don't miss out on the fun and special announcements.